And there's just simply no way in After Effects for sure that you could select the hair very well on a video like this. On a still image, it would be pretty tricky. But here, it's relatively easy. So here's the way we do that. We first select things that have hard edges, like her clothing and her neck. And then we make a selection inside the hair, not to the edge, but inside it. And then we refine that inside the Select and Mask option. So that's the strategy here. So we first go to the Quick Selection tool and select things that have distinct edges, like her clothes, like that, her neck, like so. Now I want to select up here, but not go to the edges. I want to use the refine the Select and Mask tool to do that. So I just need a lasso for that. So I go over to the lasso tool. It's this guy here. It looks like a lariat, like a cowboy. The lasso tool. And I want it to not make a new selection. I want to add it to the current selection. So I click on this. And now I just draw, very simple, just draw close to where the edges are, but not to the edge. And now I've created this mask here, this selection that does not go to the place where there's any kind of gaps in her hair. I can expand it by just going a little bit farther like that, but I think that's pretty good. And now with the selection tool active, with the layer active, I don't need to worry about making a duplicate layer now because we'll do that inside the Select and Mask feature. Click on this. And now we're here. Obviously it looks terrible, right? We're going to change the view here, this little drop-down list, to the overlay, which is kind of the standard way you work with the Select and Mask tool. I keep on wanting to call it the Refine Edge tool, because that's what the old name was. Click away, and then you can increase or decrease the opacity. This is a new feature, which is nice. And you can change the color as well in case the background color is something other than red. You could change it to some other color to make it, if the background were red, you'd want to change to some other color here. Red works fine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to refine the edge here using this tool over here. They call it the Refine Edge Brush tool. I'm going to refine it to say, look harder at things that have edges to them. So you're basically telling Photoshop, I want you to go beyond this area and look a little bit harder. And I want to be able to see that as I do it. So I say show edge up here. And right now there is no edge. I have to then tell it how much do I want to see. So I go to the edge detection here. And I say let's increase the radius of the edge. So that's the edge. And it's going to look at things in the edge. Well, I don't want the edge to be really big down here. That's unnecessary. But I can fix that by doing Smart Radius later. So I'm just going to make it like this. I'm going to tell it to look beyond where I drew, like so. And then I'm going to draw farther using the Refine Edge tool over here. It's literally called the Refine Edge Brush tool. And I'm going to make the brush bigger by holding the Alt or Option key, dragging to the right to make it bigger. I'll make it softer too by dragging down, right up, there you go, make it softer, dragging up. Now I'm going to paint around the edge here to say, look here, Photoshop, for things that are edged, have edges to them. Look over here a little bit more carefully. I'm just clicking here. It's not like any magic thing I'm doing here, I'm just clicking. I want you to work harder. That's too much. I'll do Control Command Z to do that. Let's make you smaller. It's right there. I'm clicking where I want it to do a little bit more work. Okay, like that. And I think that should do it. But I don't want it to expand the selection here. So I turn on Smart Radius. And I can reduce the radius here. And it'll try to compress areas that are obviously hard-edged. And you can't go below 10 with the Smart Radius. So you got to stay at 10 for the Smart Radius to work. So I turn it back on again to 10 there. All right, so now it's not going to work hard to try to find edges here, but it's going to try to find edges there. Maybe a little bit farther out there. All right, so just doing all that should be sufficient to actually select the hair. Then to see how we did, we don't show the edge anymore. We show the effect. Let's just see if that worked or not. Let's looked like it could be a little better there. I wonder why it came back so poorly. Paint a little bit harder there. Huh. Could have worked better. Looks like it's showing too much red through there. I wonder why that is. Let me just brush. I'm going to paint with the brush tool instead. that paints with white to fix this area there, so that should improve that quality there. And since it worked hard to find edges here, but it actually worked too hard to find edges here, I'm going to do it one more time, one more crack at this thing again. So we'll go back to the Refine Edge tool here, show edge again, bring the radius a bit. Now let's try again. Right there. I want to go out, make the brush too big. I want to go out, right outside the edge there, wherever it's red but where there's hair. Right there. Should work a little bit better now that we've got the inside figured out. And we'll turn off the show edge there, see how that works. Oh, that's better, okay. Okay, it's not perfect, but it's better. So let's say I want to then now output this. So I want to output it to a new layer with the mask. Okay, click OK. There's that new layer with the mask. And when you have that much frizz, it's pretty darn hard to make a perfect selection. So it's, I forgot our arm there, sorry. Let me fix that real quick. Click on Hue and paint that in with a white paintbrush. I hate to have that happen like that. That's terrible. So we'll make the brush a little larger. There we go. Paint that in. Sorry about losing your arm there. I'm going to make the background darker, so at least you can see how this works. So I'm going to apply, to make the background change, I need to turn it into something beside the background layer. So double click on it, and that makes it something other than the background layer. The background layer has very special characteristics. Now I can apply a blur effect to that. So I go to Filter, Blur, and we'll just go to Gaussian Blur. And increase the blur, like so. Pretty obviously blurred like that. And you see your hair is not blurred, which is good. So it's pretty hard to, let's say, put this over a solid color background. Then it would be pretty obvious that there's some problems here. But with that much frizz, that's a pretty good thing. And we'll just make it even more obvious by applying an adjustment layer above there, curves, and we'll bring that down so you can see. That was, when you think about it, that's actually a pretty darn good selection. That's the basic process there.
Thank you for watching this video. My name is Jeff Sangstack, an Adobe Certified Expert and the lead instructor here at BlueEffects.net. If you want to watch this entire video lesson, as well as other live classes and After Effects crash courses, then I invite you to check out the BlueEffects After Effects Academy. Just click the link below this video to find out what we've prepared for you in the After Effects Academy.